Hey guys, it's Brittany, and today I'm going to answer the question, what does it feel like to be possessed? But first, you guys know, thank you Zozo. It is time for the advent calendar. It's kind of ironic because Zozo, he's freaking demon, he possesses people, and he's handing me an advent calendar down here in hell with Krampus behind me. So let's see what we got today. And celebrating Christmas down here too. It's kind of funny. Yay! Today we got a snowman. Not even focused, but we got a snowman. And the question is, where does Santa go on vacation? I guess anywhere tropical, anywhere hot. Before we get into this, I just want to make it clear that I've actually never been possessed. I was just researching online people who have been possessed or believe that they were in the beginning stages of possession and what their symptoms were. So that's what I'm going off of. I've never been, so just so everybody knows. Even though people may think I already am possessed because of things that I do and things that I say. So what people usually experience when they are possessed or when they are in those beginning stages of being possessed is a sense of feeling trapped inside of their body, complete loss of control over their body. It sounds as if you are a passenger, like you're taking the passenger seat in your body. You're watching your body make all these movements and actions that you don't have any control over, and it's a separate entity doing that. That just gave me so many chills. I always get chills when I do these videos, but that is probably so terrifying to experience. I've never experienced that, but just knowing that you have no control and seeing your body move and being manipulated by a separate entity, that's terrifying. I think the next sign or symptom is pretty obvious, and that is a change in your voice. So usually you will hear the deeper tone in your voice. Maybe you start developing a foreign accent. And if you suck at doing accents, but all of a sudden you're amazing at a specific accent, now that I'm thinking about it, or maybe you start speaking a different language that you don't even know how to speak when you were you. But with this entity taking over, you are fluent. The next sign or symptom, which I actually went through a phase where I was convinced I was possessed when I was like in my early 20s. It's intense physical pain. This is when I was like in my emetophobic era. I still am. Emetophobics, I will be making a video for you guys. Emetophobia is actually one of the most common questions that I get asked about because so many of you struggle with it. Just know that I feel you. I completely feel you. In my early 20s is when my emetophobia was horrible. I had so much anxiety, which then brought on all of this pain in my ribs, but I kept thinking that I was like possessed by a demon or something. I truly thought that because I remember looking up symptoms back then, and one of the top symptoms were like you had pain in your ribs or it was horrible. So every time I had pain in my ribs, I was like, oh my God, something's in my body. I'm being taken over. Like I truly thought that. And that was the only symptom that I really had. Like my voice didn't change or anything, but it truly came down to emetophobia and my anxiety with that. So anyways, that is the next sign or symptom, is having intense physical pain. Or you have tremors in your body. You start shaking. You have abnormal strength. You can do things. It's almost like you're a superhero. You can do things that you wouldn't normally be able to do. That's probably like a perk right there, but I shouldn't really be saying that. But honestly, like, can you imagine like you're super strong all of a sudden, but it's not you, it's the entity. So this next one is pretty obvious. It's extreme emotional shifts. So you are just, but as a woman on her period, every month, PMS, we go through and we even have physical pain. So, I shouldn't really be comparing it to possession, but like, you know what I mean? Anyways, I'm just trying to make it more lighthearted, but it's not really a topic to be that way. But you guys know me. This is my channel. I can say and do whatever the fuck I want. This is just how I describe things. So you can be in complete rage one moment. You mainly have these intense feelings of rage, anger, and you act on these emotions. Like, you don't even think twice about it. There's a lot of fear and sadness as well. Visions and hallucinations. So you could be hallucinating that these demonic beings, these demonic entities, figures are following you around. You see eyes following you around. You see these really evil demonic images staring at you. Your reality is completely distorted. Mental confusion and memory gaps. So when the entity is taking over your body, you don't remember because you're sharing a body with another entity. So I don't know, that's what freaks me out though, because where do you go? In some cases, they don't remember. They'll wake up from the possession and they don't even remember what was going on. Some do because they can watch, and that's when you feel like you're a passenger in your own body. But I think it's just as scary when you have gaps where you just don't remember at all. So that's what I want to know. Where do you go when the entity has taken over? But then where does the entity go when you come back? You know what I mean? The next sign or symptom is feeling as if you are being overpowered. You are being taken over by something that is so much stronger than you, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just don't feel like your body and your mind even belong to you anymore. It's almost like an out-of-body experience, I would say, even though, like I keep saying, I've never been possessed before, even though I went through a possession phase. This one really trips me out. It's having unexplained knowledge or skills. So like I was saying earlier, you have a foreign accent, and if you suck at doing accents, but all of a sudden you're amazing at this one, and people would literally think that is your accent and that is where you are from. Or you speak fluently in a totally different language, and before you only speak English. You don't know any other language, but all of a sudden you know another language like it's fluent to you, or you know a bunch of other languages. Knowing information that you aren't supposed to know. So that's knowing things about certain people, or it's all this knowledge that you gain. I think that would be a really good aftermath. You know, after the possession's over, this would be a really good set of skills to have. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine you can perfect accents, you can speak different languages, you just know information out of nowhere, information that you never knew before, or even doing physical activities that you weren't capable of before. I mean, that's something that I would love. But yeah, those are the signs or symptoms, what it feels like to be possessed, or if you already are possessed, or if you once were possessed. That's apparently what you feel. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, you rock my world in the song lyrics Michael Jackson. #team Pretty44. #Both with the runs. Hey.